racks on racks on racks on racks on racks on racks, bitch.
There's a new charitable approach that I like to now take to the obnoxious side of the new school. Frankly, if I'm able to have fun listening to Gucci Gang now, then I might as well. There's such a thing as a terribly fun banger, and it'd be unfair to dismiss Pump on the grounds that his music is intentionally vapid. That said, this one's a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? I recall shooting down Lil Pump's self-titled mixtape, and although I still don't really like it, I get it, really. You can let yourself be whisked away into the hedonistic abyss for about half an hour. It's still hard for me to appreciate it, though. Pump's entire ethos over the course of the mixtape is reminiscent to a singular joke that just won't end no matter how much you want it to. Elbow nudge, elbow nudge. The upside is that Harvard Dropout is undoubtedly annoying and tedious, but it's marginally catchier, better produced, and smacked with a bunch of moments where Pump actually tries to rap competently. And it's not like he needed to, but it's nice that he's doing it. It's outrageous, which is what I expect, but unfortunately the track listing seems to vary between being outrageously fun and outrageously boring. I wanted to come in and say that a bunch of these songs with their laxative fractured piano-based beats that could be reproduced accidentally trying to learn another song by ear sound like they're right out of an OG Mako record, but that's difficult because it's not like OG Mako was any more original in the first place. It's a game of pass the parcel, and the parcel has nothing in it except 2 Xanax pills and a discarded slice of ham. This album is fun at the best of times and merely passable at the worst, which is frustrating because these beats are the perfect vessels for obnoxious fun, and yet Pump runs his own flair into the ground so often he may as well end up on the other side of the world, presumably in China, which would be especially unfortunate for him considering the crossfire over the one line on the song Butterfly Doors. Even for a Harvard Dropout, Lil Pump has areas to smart up in before he starts dropping more ignorantly racist lines again. There's only so far that I'm willing to make the defense that his music is outrageous. I don't mind hearing fucking your beat, fucking your beat, fucking your beat either, in the context of a rowdy trap banger, but I have to draw the line somewhere and there are plenty of steppers. Even if I were to tune out every lyric as it came, I'd still find myself getting a bit tired of some of these songs. Stripper Name had potential to be hilarious, especially considering its quirky beat that makes the entire song sound like an excerpt from a beatboxed rap battle, but what is clearly a 3-minute song ends up feeling more like an 8-minute one. That said, Pump denying that he knows the stripper's name before ad-libbing Patricia the third time around is top bar humour. I wonder if ripping I Love It featuring Kanye West out of the context of being a silly standalone music video joke premiered at the Pornhub Awards one time and planting it into the track listing for a genuine album makes it any more difficult to appreciate. I mean, sure, Pump and Kanye spend the entire track calling this woman a hoe, but at least they're appreciating her for it, you know? Sex positivity. Woo. Pump found his teacher on Backpage and hangs out with strippers. You love to see it. I suppose hanging out with was an affirmation. Listen, there are good tracks on here. I'm sure Jeff Barrow is still clenching his fists furiously, but Racks on Racks, which samples the Annihilation soundtrack, is pretty incredible. We also have Ion and the ever so groovy Be Like Me. Imagine that, a Lil Pump song showing some groove. Even I had to laugh at Vroom Vroom Vroom. I'm not even gonna say that I ironically enjoyed it. I actually blast this one out like an anthem. But you know what? I don't blame people for thinking this album overall is a little bit, even for brainless trap rap, it's pretty lacking. I'd hand it a reasonably generous 5 out of 10 personally. With the right mindset, you can still find a large chunk of it marginally enjoyable, even if the whole thing seems a bit unfinished. Quite rushed, but the best tracks are seriously rowdy, granted that you don't take any of Pump's own behaviour as a model for your own. But who did in the first place?